I'm an artist. I love to make music. I sing and I write it. Please join me on this journey of discovering who I am and what I'm about. And I hope you guys will follow me throughout my career in music and catch you on the flip side. Hi everyone, my name is Mandisa Mathebula. I'm a lady from a small town called Bethal in Mpumalanga. I'm a singer, a songwriter. I love the arts very much. I also love to act. I'm also a sketch artist. I design clothes, I sketch clothes. So I'm very much interested in the arts. The name The Pearl came from a book that my mother read. So when I thought of naming my brand or myself, I just thought of that name. And I said I want to call myself The Pearl, and that's how the name came about. I was a child who loved to play. I never focused too much on my talents. The talent that I loved the most was to sketch. So the music thing, I never took it seriously because, you go to churches, everybody sings. You go to functions, everybody sings. Even at school, everybody sings. So I never thought that it was something special that I needed to pursue. So I just carried on with my life playing, but I would hum a song here and there and people would be like, your voice is very nice. And I'd say, me, having a nice voice. So I had this friend that I met at school, a school called MT Kuvadia. His name was Percival Vilagazi. His name is Percival Vilagazi, actually. He introduced me to music. He introduced me to Aretha Franklin, Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston, all the divas that you know. From America. So I used to listen to those people and I was like, wow, they sing so great, and I would imitate them the way they sang and I would want to sound exactly like them. So in doing that, I was actually sharpening my skill in vocal, with my vocals. So I became good in singing because I listened to a lot of music and I would practice a lot, to sound like them. So even then, I didn't pursue my music. I just sang, at home or for my friends, or when I would play a CD, that's how I would sing. But as time went on, I would go for auditions. I went to a lot of auditions. It's funny thing is they never call me back. They would never call me back. I would audition every year and I would audition, God, and you'd feel so discouraged, like, why aren't they calling me back, So one day, Percy again invited me to a studio in Sandton. A guy called Andy Magaz recorded me, and for the first time I heard myself being recorded. And I was like, wow, I sound great, So after that, I pursued it a little bit until Percival Vilagazi actually said, at work, he works for a TV, for a TV station. ATV actually, he invited me. He said they're looking for a singer, a session artist, a singer. Can't you do this for me? So I said, okay, I'll do it. So that's how I started being recorded, in studios. So being in studio with him, I met a lot of people. I met Donald. I met Donald. I'm saying that again. Kelly Kumalo, Vusinova. I also met so many artists, because I had to be featured with them in some songs, but with record in studio. So I did that for like 3 years, I was staying in Joburg, I was living in Joburg, and people would ask me, how do you don't go to work, what do you do? And I would tell them I'm a singer, and they're like, where do you sing? Because they don't see me, they just hear they don't even know my voice, because people are acting, but they're singing. So people didn't know what was going on. I would just tell them I sing. So when I was working at Takalani Sesame, I met a guy called Offense Mutlanke. he told me that there's a lady who's looking for a vocalist. Her name was Labella Dani. She was a jazz artist. So I went, I auditioned, and she liked my voice, and we would travel, all of Josie singing, and she taught me so much about listening. And she would say, do you know this is how a soprano should sound, this is how an alto sounds. And she would stand behind me and say, sing. And I would shake. She was like, the greatest. I was doing that with her for 2 years, and sadly enough, she passed away. And I learned so much from her doing that for 2 years, traveling around Johannesburg, singing with her. And so me and Offense and I stayed friends. So I moved to, I was staying in Bryanston. I moved to Soweto. When I was in Soweto, he called me again. He said, at church, they're looking for an artist, someone who sings. Do you want to sing? They didn't even audition me. They said, just come sing, we need singers. So I went there, I sang. It was great, they liked me. So I joined his church. So while I was singing at his church, they're actually recording a live DVD and CD, and I was part of it. It was, I learned so much, rehearsing for hours and hours. We would rehearse at night, and I had a baby, I would leave my child with neighbors and my brothers and sisters sometimes, and they would look after my child while I was at church. It was a lot of work, getting used to the mic. So the night came where we had to record everything. It was very, very nice. We recorded, we did everything, and it was great. I learned so much. The CD was out. I was like, showing everybody back home in Bethel, this is what I did. And they would like, okay. So from there, I met a guy named Loyiso Ngala. I hope I said his surname proper. He liked my voice, and he said, come to my studio, I'm a producer. Because you meet a lot of people who say they're producers. He really believed in my work, and I went to his studio. That was the first time I recorded music, for myself without being asked by somebody. Like, he asked me, but I believed in myself a lot to actually do this professionally. So I went to studio, I recorded a few songs with him. I recorded, and I had my daughter was 2 years old. I would leave my child, and my mom didn't understand music. What am I doing? Because I would move from Bethel, come here, record, and then go home. And then maybe I'd jump 2 weeks and come back and record, and I would leave my child for a week. And that was, sad for me, but I thought this is what I need to do. Because while I was in Joburg working, I couldn't find a job as a fashion designer. I tried so much, to work, but I couldn't. And I had this other talent that I believed that God gave me for a reason. So I would come here and record, and then I had to go back home and leave my child. She was like 1 year and a half, going for 2 years, and I was still breastfeeding. Can you imagine? I was doing everything rush. And the nice thing about me is that I write my songs. So he would give me a beat, like Lois would give me a beat, and I would quickly listen to it, and I would write quickly because I had to go back home. I left the baby behind, so I would write. And while being with him, I met a guy named Junior from Kula Fair, and he heard my voice and he liked my voice. And I asked him, if one day if you ever needed a vocalist, please, I would love to be featured in your work. So a year later, he was actually doing his own album, and he called me. I went to his studio. We recorded 4 songs. I wrote 4 and sang 4 songs with him, and the album came out in 2015, March. The CD was available in Musica. You can imagine how happy I was. I was like, oh my God, actually this is really happening. Because people tell you, hey, I'm releasing an album, here you come, I want to feature you. Which you think it's gonna happen, but never happens. So that's how I met people, and that's how I grew as an artist, being recorded, being asked by this producer to record and that producer. And I'm really proud of the work that I've done, with Junior, and he's pushing for himself, and I'm part of his work, and I'm really proud of it that I did that while I had a small baby, even while I was recording Kulafe, I had to leave my child. And I can tell you the honest truth, people didn't understand what I was doing at home. My mother, she got very upset with me for trying to pursue this dream. And doing this, people hear your music and they refer you to someone else. And I met another producer named Ningi Poro. I met him in 2012 or 13, I can't remember the years actually. When I met him, he loved my voice, and I recorded a song with him called Sitandeni. It was a very nice song that we did together, and we tried, in this industry, you try to push your music. You are known, you push it on iTunes, you push it on SoundCloud. So we've been doing that for 2 years, and it's like, oh my gosh, I've been doing this for a while now. Why am I not known? Why am I, not making it? It's very hard, but because deep down in your heart, this is what you were born to do. And being in Africa, I can say being a musician and artist is taken as a hobby. It's not a hobby, it's something that you can make money out of. It's a business, it's work. Because when you wake up, today I gotta go to studio and make a song and promote you. And you can't be an artist on your own. You need people to help you. For me, I have people that encourage me not to give up. They call me, they WhatsApp me, they send me messages like, you've got a good voice, don't give up. Those people are Itumeleng Konopi, Loiso Ngala, Offense Motlante, Buns, the photographer. My brother helps me so much. He won't be like, I love your music, but every time when I say I'm going to Joburg to record, he nods. He's like, okay, those people have pushed me, so I can't forget them. I cannot not mention them, So I'm very grateful for their support and for being there for me in terms of encouraging me not to give up. Because if I don't pursue this, I'm gonna give up on it. So I'm just thankful to them that they always help me wherever they can. People don't pay attention to you when they don't see you on TV, when they don't see you in the papers, when they don't see you performing, but you need to be out there. So I understand that, but you need support. With the journey of music, I've had to be inspired by somebody to record the type of music that I'm recording. When it comes to R&B and soul, the people that inspire me mostly when I write, it's Jill Scott. I love her music and the way she writes and she sings, because you can tell it comes from her soul. India Ari, I also listen to a lot of Destiny's Child. So that's who I look up to and who inspires me internationally. But South African wise, the people that inspire me, it's Zahara. I listen to her music a lot, and Simpiwe Dana. And here in Africa, in the continent, I love Yemi Alade. I look up to her. She inspires me because she's doing it in an African way. She's showing me that you can do this, being your true African self. You don't need to try and be like an American and twang and all that. Just stick to who you are, and that's what I wanna put out there in my music, that I am African and I'm proud of being African. I love to sing Afro-pop. I'm also I'm very versatile, in most genres. I also love house music. I do R&B, I sing soul music, but if I had to have my own CD, I would do Afro soul. I'll do a bit of R&B and soul also. I love house music. I love to dance. Oh God. I also love Black Coffee. He inspires me a lot. He's so humble and he's traveling the world. I look up to him and I'm like, I want to be like that guy. So with house music, because I love to dance, so you can't always your CD be just or your music be serious. You gotta remember, as Africans, we love to dance. So that's the type of music that I would love to do, and yeah, that's what I love. So in me recording, people don't know this, but I'm in this CD that I recorded in Soweto. It's called Rejoice Live in Soweto. It's a gospel CD. Can you believe that I did gospel? I'm featured in this CD. And yeah, this journey of music, this one was released in 2012. Yes. And the Cool Affair one, like I said before, that this one was released last year at Musica stores. So I'm also in this album. I sang 4 songs and I wrote 4 songs in this album. I'm very proud of the work that I have done. And most people don't know. They just think, I sing just for fun. No, I don't sing for fun. I sing because I want this to be my career, So yeah, that's what I've done so far, and I love the music that I'm doing right now, and I hope I'll meet more people in the music industry, and I hope that in the next 5 years that I'll be a very successful artist. I'll be traveling around South Africa, the world, pushing my brand as an artist from Bethal and Mpumalanga, because I am passionate about what I'm doing. And I love music, I love to sing, and I hope that in the next 5 years I'll be a successful musician, representing my country and my town, Bethel. So I hope you guys enjoyed my story, and yeah, thank you. Agesizi bambe ni bafas, agesizi tande ni bafas, agesizi bambe ni bafas, agesizi tande ni bafas. Uma uzitanda nawe uzothandwa, uma uhlonipha uzohlonishwa. Tina simakawe, a reflection of God. You possess His light and His strength. Iko iti, agesizi bambe ni bafaz, agesizi tande ni bafaz, agesizi bambe ni bafazi. So yeah guys, if you wanna find me, I'm Mkhwanazi on Facebook, Twitter, and other platforms of music. On Facebook, I'm Mandisa Mathebula. I'm also under The Pearl Artist. On Twitter, it's the_Pearl123. And you can find me on iTunes. I've got some of my music available there. And the Kulafe CD that I showed you is available at Musica. I hope they still have it, guys. If you don't find it, tell them to get it. You know what I'm saying? So that you can hear me some more and keep watching this space.
You are truly my number one. No masegutwani, no masegunjani. Seki boni lihodi mumuratu waka kirata wena fela, rata wena fela. You are truly my number one. No masegutwani, no masegunjani. Seki boni lihodi mumuratu waka kirata wena fela.
Yeah.
Asiyeke bafethu.